Imagine a time when the world's largest democracy went silent. The year was 1975. India, a nation brimming with hope and aspirations, found itself cloaked in the suffocating grip of emergency. The very foundations of democracy trembled. Fear replaced freedom. Darkness descended upon the land. This is the story of those dark days, a period etched in India's memory as a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy. It is a tale of power unchecked, of civil liberties trampled, and of the indomitable spirit of a people determined to reclaim their stolen rights. The seeds of this tumultuous period were sown in the corridors of justice. The Allahabad High Court, in a landmark judgment, found Prime Minister Indira Gandhi guilty of electoral malpractice. This verdict sent shockwaves through the nation. Gandhi, at the pinnacle of her power, was found guilty of undermining the very democratic principles she swore to uphold. The court's decision ignited a firestorm of protests. Opposition parties, sensing an opportunity, demanded Gandhi's resignation. Public discontent simmered, threatening to boil over. Gandhi, facing an unprecedented challenge to her authority, chose a path that would forever alter the course of Indian history. On the fateful night of June 25, 1975, under the dubious pretext of a grave threat to national security, Indira Gandhi, with the president's consent, declared a state of emergency. With a single stroke of the pen, the fundamental rights enshrined in the Indian Constitution were suspended. Democracy, so painstakingly nurtured, was suffocated. The nation awoke to an eerie silence. Newspapers were censored, radio stations fell silent or broadcast government propaganda. Political opponents, student leaders, and anyone deemed a threat to the regime were arrested and imprisoned without trial. The dark clouds of authoritarianism had gathered, casting a long shadow over the land. Section 4. Democracy dismembered. With dissent silenced, the government unleashed a reign of terror. The Maintenance of Internal Security Act, or MISA, became a potent weapon to silence any form of opposition. Thousands were detained without trial, languishing in overcrowded prisons. Censorship was rampant. Newspapers carried blank spaces where articles had been censored. The free press, the very lifeblood of a democracy, was choked. The government's assault on civil liberties was relentless. Forced sterilizations were carried out in the name of population control, leaving behind a trail of trauma and suffering. Demolitions of slums and shantytowns were justified as urban renewal projects, displacing countless citizens. Fear and paranoia permeated every aspect of life. Section 5. Whispers of dissent, echoes of fear. Despite the all-encompassing fear, the spirit of resistance flickered. Underground newspapers, defying the censorship, kept the flame of dissent alive. Activists, risking their lives and liberty, organized protests and distributed pamphlets. Whispers of dissent, though muted, refused to be silenced. The period of emergency, however, exacted a heavy toll. The judiciary, cowed into submission, failed to protect the Constitution. The bureaucracy, ever ready to serve the powerful, became a pliant tool of the regime. The media, muzzled and manipulated, betrayed its sacred duty to speak truth to power. Section 6. Dawn breaks over a wounded nation. After 21 long months, the suffocating grip of emergency finally loosened. In March 1977, Indira Gandhi, perhaps sensing the shifting political winds, called for fresh elections. The people of India, given a chance to reclaim their stolen voice, voted decisively against the Congress party. Democracy, battered and bruised, had survived. The emergency remains a dark chapter in India's history, a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy and the ever-present danger of authoritarianism. It is a testament to the courage of those who dared to dissent, who risked everything to defend the fundamental principles of liberty and justice. The lessons of the emergency are as relevant today as they were then. Eternal vigilance, we are reminded, is the price of liberty. We must guard our freedoms, cherish our rights, and hold our leaders accountable to the Constitution. Only then can we ensure that the dark days of 1975 never darken our doorsteps again.